Do you have a creative mind? If so, you're going to relate to a lot of the things that I say in this video. I have a very creative mind, obviously, and it makes it extremely hard for me to do a lot of things. Let me know if any of this stuff about you is true. Is it hard for you to hold down a job? I know that for me, it's extremely difficult to function in an environment where every single second of my day is scheduled and I can't even follow my own circadian rhythm. If I am feeling creative at work, I can't do anything about it. I'm just stuck. It's torture. And I'm sure that it feels that way for a lot of you guys too. And I've been thinking about this. There's so many professions that people have where they get to literally live their passion and it's totally acceptable. I want to be a mechanic. Fine. I want to be a hairstylist. Fine. I want to be a producer. Get a job. And it's really, really annoying to be creative in a way that just isn't accepted by the world as anything realistic to do. Do you get bored easily? I know that I have this problem. I daydream and I think about other things, and sometimes I lose track of time. I'll finish a project or I'll get really, really close to finishing a project and then lose interest in the project because now there's nothing really to strive for. I think that in my case, that's why I've kept with this YouTube channel for so long. It's this challenge. I'm going to win. And I know that that's another trait of creative people is they're very driven. Steve Jobs was creative. Elon Musk, whether you like him or not, is creative. This man is like thinking of these crazy machines that don't exist yet all the time. And that's where his mind lives. He also gets bored easily, so he'll go to a social media platform, destroy it, and then just leave. The need to create. I have this all of the time, especially at certain times of the day I'm at my most creative. And of course, work takes advantage of that by making me be there when I'm at my most creative. When all I want to do, I get this idea in my head. And you know how it is when you get this idea in your head and you need to execute it. You want to do it now. It's almost like this drug that you can't have. And you just sit there and you just feel like you're wasting your time doing this repetitive, monotonous chore at work when you could be really, really making something that you're proud of. And that need to create is sometimes it can hit you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know a lot of people like that who just like they can't sleep because they want to get up and start doing something. Depression. This is something, I don't know if all of you experience this. It's really unfortunate if you do. Just know that it does get better. I go into a lot of bouts of depression. I go in and out and in and out. And I think that that's just part of creativity. Our minds don't quite work the same exact way. And we can grind through this rigid structure of the world for so long before it just smacks us in the face that we're just a crab in the bucket. There's something better for us out there. We know it. But because we're not at it yet, it can trigger a depression. And if you're in that now, just know eventually something does break. Something has to break. When your clothes start to get tight as a kid, it means it's time to change your clothes. Isolation. I isolated myself for 2 years. When the pandemic was happening, I didn't have to talk to anybody and talk about these empty, boring subjects about the weather and everything else. If you're anything like me, and you are because you're watching this, creative people have extremely hard times with small talk because it's boring. So it goes right back to getting bored easily. Everything pretty much that I just said, it was 5 things that I kind of outlined. Everything comes back to the same point. Our brains are just made differently, and the world isn't made for us. The world is made for very analytical minds, like managers, somebody who loves math, and to sit there and coding, and even that's a part of it. Or you're strong, you have a strong body. You love to pick up heavy things and put them back down. That's your thing. Our minds, there's nothing in the world that fits. We can't do any of that stuff to get our rocks off, so to speak. The only thing that we can do is create. So if you're kind of stuck in this rat race that we're all stuck in, I think that we're all going to figure out a way out. That sounded so dark. I'm not making a pact or planning anything, starting a cult, but I do believe that things do get better.